my name is BJ Das. I am a professional dancer and choreographer. I also choreographed the 2020 and 2021 floor routines for UCLA Gymnastics, and I love to dance. On Beam especially, Sam has kind of a philosophy with home base. That's one of her things where there's certain positions that she talks about. So what I had to encourage the dancers to do during the dance rotation is to find their home base, and this is very much like a pop star home base dance. So I kind of related it to what Sam explains on Beam, and then I said, well, our home base for this routine is that. So they had to really learn how to do that. And then another thing that's really tough for gymnasts to do is you're taught to point your toes, have straight knees the whole time. So sometimes that translates to dance and choreography with like really straight legs, and every time you're going to one side, you just want your legs to be straight. So what I want them to do is soften their knees and go with the movement, as opposed to thinking that you have to be perfectly straight legs and pointed toes the whole time. I'd rather it look natural, and then when it's time to straighten your legs and point your toes, you do that. But there are times when I want you to maybe sit in a hip and bend a knee. And there's things that make your lines look different when your knees are bent versus straight. So my advice to gymnasts when they're learning choreography is, in the very beginning, try to match the choreographer exactly. So if my bottom leg is bent, bend your bottom leg. If my bottom leg is straight, straighten your knee, if that makes sense. So match the choreographer. I think that's the first and foremost most important thing when you're learning choreography in the beginning. And then once you have the moves down the way that the choreographer intended it, then you add your own personality to it. I like to talk about this with all my campers because I have them raise their hand. Not everyone loves to dance in the beginning. We know everyone loves to do flips in gymnastics. Not everyone loves the dancing side of gymnastics. And that's okay. I did not start out loving dance. I was very stiff, I was very awkward, my eyes were on the floor. So I know how it feels to be uncomfortable dancing, but this is artistic gymnastics, and there is a very big component, and that artistic side is all about performance, and it's the in-between moves. It's not just the leaps and turns, but it's also just having pretty poses and nice lines and showing off your routines. And to me, that's what makes the audience want to watch you, and that's what makes the judges want to give you the benefit of the doubt and score you higher, especially when you get to college. So I just hope that over time, gymnasts can learn to love dance and really incorporate it into their routines and make it just as important as their amazing skills that they do. So I'll start with the Olivia Rodrigo dance. Obviously, she is like the hottest new pop star, next to probably Taylor Swift these days. All the kids listen to her, and I actually think she's super talented as a songwriter and a vocalist, and her music's just really fun. So I was really stoked when she came out with a more upbeat song that I could choreograph to. And it's just really fun to see girls dance to an artist that they really relate to and that they look up to. The motivation behind that routine is very much similar to the song. She's talking about someone that has made her upset, and she's just like empowering herself and being a little bit sarcastic. And so I really encourage the girls to not only just pick up the dance moves, but to actually find a character behind that and some kind of attitude or emotion that they are expressing while they're doing the choreography. The other song that I choreographed to for some of the younger kids is by K7. It's a song called Come Baby Come, which is actually one of the main songs in the movie Stick It back in the day. And I actually taught this routine, slightly different version, to the UCLA girls a couple years ago, and they had to perform it in front of all the other student athletes at school. And so it's really fun for me to share something that girls that they look up to have learned. And that's just old school hip hop, have fun, be free, and groove it out. So I really like teaching that routine to the younger kids so that they can just loosen up and have fun during the dance rotation. We premiered a new dance this weekend at Beam Queen Boot Camp. It is to Britney Spears, one of my all-time favorite pop stars from back in the day since I was in high school. And the song is called Stronger, which I think is really fitting for an event like this because we are all strong, powerful young women. And I really wanted to empower them to be their own pop stars, to pretend that they're on stage in front of thousands of people, which is basically what you're doing when you are a college gymnast and you're doing a floor routine. So this is the first time I taught the choreography. I know a lot of the girls start off shy at the beginning of camp, but I'm really hoping that this routine will break them out of their shells and make them feel like strong, powerful women that they are. I really enjoy working with Beam Queen Boot Camp on dance because I get to share what I love to do and help them apply it to Beam. So I think just stressing the importance of performing and how that helps your confidence on all events, I think is really awesome. And a lot of them start out shy. Not everybody. There are definitely some really outgoing dancers, but it's intimidating to come to the dance rotation and right away have to learn choreography that's challenging. So I'm really proud of the girls. They came there with an open mind, they were ready to learn, they were focused, and I really like creating an environment where they feel like they can stop me, raise their hand and ask a question, but also at the same time where they're really dialed in and they're learning something that's out of their comfort zone. So the routines that I teach them are not basic gymnastics style routines. They're very much dance choreography, and I think that's new to a lot of people. But I'm so proud of the girls. They've worked so hard, they focus, they're ready to challenge themselves, and they all have a really open mind when it comes to learning dance.
Okay, I think that was perfect.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.